It all started with whispers about exclusive parties, A-list celebrities, and a strict no-camera policy. The world knows Diddy is one of the most enigmatic figures in the entertainment industry, and rumors surrounding his legendary parties have always been part of his mystique. But what if someone was asked to keep quiet about what they saw? What if there were details Diddy didn't want anyone to share? This story dives deep into the unfolding mystery behind the scenes of some of the most exclusive parties in Hollywood. Let's take a step back to where it all begins, the guest list. Diddy's parties are notorious for being nearly impossible to get into unless you're on the inside. Invitations are sent in hushed tones, whispered among the industry's elite. But who gets to attend? The stories start to swirl when certain high-profile celebrities mysteriously vanish from the public eye after attending. What happens at these events? Why the secrecy? Some insiders have claimed that receiving an invitation to one of these parties means you're stepping into a world few ever see. The glitz, the glamour, everything is turned up to 11. But there's something else, too, a code of silence that hovers over every attendee. And it's this silence that leads us to our central figure, the man who Diddy reportedly warned not to share any details. Imagine being one of the select few to witness a party so exclusive, so secretive, that the host himself pulls you aside and tells you not to speak a word. What would you do? This is precisely what allegedly happened at one of Diddy's infamous gatherings. A high-profile guest was reportedly given a personal warning: don't share any details. What could be so sensitive, so private, that even the biggest stars are sworn to secrecy? This moment raises even more questions. What could possibly be going on behind closed doors at these events that's so confidential? Was it just the usual celebrity antics, or something more? The stakes get higher when you realize that breaking this silence could come with consequences, reputational, or worse. As you'd expect, when someone tells you not to talk about something, people can't help but start asking questions. And with the media's obsession with celebrity culture, rumors quickly spread like wildfire. There's talk of hidden agendas, unspoken deals, and even power plays happening at these events. Some say these parties are not just gatherings, they're where Hollywood's biggest secrets are traded, where deals that shape careers are forged, and where the real movers and shakers of the entertainment world gather to maintain control. But of course, no one knows for sure. Every time a story about one of these events starts to gain traction, it gets shut down just as quickly. Is it because the stories are false? Or is it because someone doesn't want the truth to come out? This brings us to the bigger question: who really has the power in Hollywood? Diddy has built an empire on his ability to stay ahead of the curve, and controlling the narrative is a huge part of that. By keeping certain aspects of these events under wraps, he maintains an air of mystery that only elevates his brand. But there's another layer here: the people who attend these parties. By keeping them on a tight leash, Diddy ensures that only the most loyal and discreet individuals remain in his inner circle. Think about it. What's more powerful than knowing the secrets of the biggest names in entertainment? And more importantly, what happens if those secrets get out? This is why Diddy's warning holds so much weight. In a world where reputation is everything, one slip-up could mean the end of someone's career. But what happens when someone is tempted to talk? Here's where the real tension builds. The guest who was warned. What happens to them next? Do they stay silent, respecting Diddy's request, or do they risk everything by sharing what they know? As the curiosity builds, it's almost impossible not to wonder what kind of details are being held back. Could it be shocking revelations about the stars we idolize? Or perhaps, something far more personal that could shake Hollywood to its core? There's always the lure of fame and fortune, tabloid deals, exclusive interviews, the promise of becoming the center of attention for just a brief moment. But at what cost? That's the dilemma facing anyone who holds a secret from one of these events. And with Diddy's reputation for keeping tight control over his image, you have to wonder what kind of lengths he would go to in order to ensure that silence is maintained. The real question on everyone's mind is, will we ever know what goes on at these parties? As long as Diddy continues to guard the details, the mystery only deepens. Every time a guest leaves one of these events with a story they're not allowed to share, the intrigue grows. So, where does that leave us? Right on the edge of our seats, waiting for someone to break the silence. But for now, all we can do is speculate. One thing's for sure. Whatever's happening at these parties, it's big enough for Diddy to make sure the world doesn't find out. The question remains, how long can the silence last? And who will be the one to finally speak out? The story of Diddy's legendary parties continues to fascinate because of the unknown. What makes these events so exclusive, and why the tight-lipped secrecy? Every new rumor only adds to the allure, and as more people come forward with half-truths and whispered confessions, we're left wanting more. But for now, the details remain hidden, just as Diddy intended, keeping us all guessing, and eagerly waiting for the next chapter in this Hollywood mystery to unfold.